crooked. Looks like it's a little crooked. Probably have to do. All right. So yeah, this is a surprise workout. I didn't tell anybody I was gonna do this one. And so you can join in if you want to, or you can watch it later. All these live workouts that I do on YouTube, and I think anybody's live workouts, whether it's mine or someone else's, I think you can stream them for later. And so even if it's a surprise when it comes up, you can always just do it later if it's interesting to you. Another thing about these workouts is that you can just watch them, and if you like the stuff I'm doing and you want to try it for yourself, then you can slow the video down and look at the moves, the few moves that I do know, and then you can try them for yourself as well. And so a lot of good things you can get out of these live workouts here if you choose to watch them. So I'm going to go ahead and do some stretching, but first I'll just let you know that I have the ropes that I'm going to work with today, the new and improved rhythm rope, and then full disclosure, the owner of Rhythm Rope sent me a few of these. I've already given one away to a guy named Abraham who entered the Rhythm Rope giveaway that I had back in February that I kept open for 3 weeks. And I sent that out to him yesterday, I believe. So he should be getting that in the next few days. It's the exact same rope as this, same color, same everything. It's just a 10-foot rope rather than a 9-foot rope. And then I'm going to be using the Elite SRS Pro, one of my favorite ropes. I've been using this for like 2 or 3 years. And then for some double unders, I'm going to be using the Bullet, Elite SRS Bullet Comp. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. When I first got it, I really didn't like it that much, but then I kind of grew into it. And so I'm just going to be doing a workout. I don't have anything planned, so I'm just going to do whatever I feel like doing. Since I have the long handle rope, it'll be a freestyle, a lot of freestyle, just kind of doing whatever I want to do, which is one of my favorite things about freestyle. All right, so I'm just going to do my stretching and we'll get into it. For my stretching, I normally do 2 to 3 things. And so the first thing will be like 150 to 200 shadow jumps. So just jumping like this. That's all it is. And I just count through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And sometimes I lose count, but really what I do is I just go until I check my Fitbit and I see that I'm in the cardio zone for a little while. So for me, the cardio zone starts off at around, I'd say, trying to see, right now I'm in fat burn, I'm at like 130 beats per minute. So once I get to around 140, 150, that's the cardio zone for me. So I just go until I get myself in the cardio zone for my age group, and then I feel nice and warm. So this shadow jumping right here is good to do both for warming up, and also you can pretend like you have a rope in your hand, and it helps you get your coordination down a little bit without having to go through the frustration of tripping over the rope. All right, so I'm at 142 beats per minute, and according to Fitbit says that's the cardio zone for my age group. So I just keep going a little bit more. Doing something like this, if you do something like this, even if you don't have a jump rope, just like what I'm doing now, it's actually a really good workout. You do this for like 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, you're not going to burn a ton of calories, but at least you're going to get some cardio, a little bit of cardio in. All right. So you probably like the highest that I got there was like 145. So right now I'm at like 145 beats per minute, which is good. It's a good way to get nice and warmed up. The next stretch or the next warm up that I do is I learned from a physical therapist that I was seeing when I was in Virginia. Because my knee, I was having some minor knee problems, and she taught me and the rest of the class that was seeing of this exercise. And if you've been on this channel before, you've probably seen me do this, but this is a very effective stretch for hip flex, like the hip area, and also just to get your lower body warmed up. And so all you do is just come down and touch the ground like that. I do 20. That's 20. And then what I do after that is, and I'm by no means the expert at squats, trust me. I have very little ankle mobility. I'm nowhere near where I should be in this. If you really want to learn mobility, I've put a plug in for his channel a few times, and I've only talked to this guy like one time, so I'm not being paid to say this. This guy named Josh from Strength Side, that's the channel. Believe me, he's not paying me to say this. I just think his channel is excellent. I try to watch his channel once or twice a week just to get some mobility tips from him, because that guy can do some amazing things. It's like he's not a human sometimes. And so the simple thing is just sitting in the squat, which really helps with ankle mobility, but for me, it also helps with stretching out my thigh, inner thigh, groin area, which I found is pretty important to ensure is warmed up before you start jump rope. So the way that I like to do it is to come down like this, and everybody can basically squat like this. But where people start having problems, including myself, is when you have to be flat-footed. So most people can do one, but it's real tough to get both and to be able to stand there back on your heels and use your ankles. So try to do this and just try to lean back on your heels instead of on your toes, and just try to hold it. Josh, that guy can go way down in the seated squat. It's amazing. And there's a lot of other people that can do it too. Man. And once you come up, you're gonna feel it. right here. And it's gonna hurt for a little bit, but this is just my experience. It hurts for about 2 or 3 seconds, and then it goes away, and then you're feeling like nice and light. Really great exercise for your ankle mobility as well. Okay, now that I'm all stretched, so I got my one phone right here, I got my timer over here. So I'm gonna start off using the rhythm rope. I'm gonna start off with 5 minutes straight of jump rope. And I might throw some side swings in there, I might not. But it'll be 5 minutes of continuous movement to get warmed up. And if you can't do 5 minutes straight, that's completely fine. That's hard to do. It is hard, at least when I first started jumping rope, it was difficult for me to even do 1 minute without even taking a rest or without messing up, or both. So just do what you can. Do what you can, and don't feel bad if you can't make it all the way through. At least you're trying. All right, let me start my timer here. Now, I'm gonna aim to burn about 400 calories out here. And calorie burn is gonna be different for everyone. It'll be different for me than it would be for someone who's 10 years older than me, or 10 years younger than me, or even someone who's a couple years younger or older than me, okay? So just because I burn 400, it doesn't mean you'll burn 400. You might burn 420, you might burn 330, 340. So just remember, calorie burn is something that's specific to the individual. All right, let's get started. 5 minutes. The main intention with this 5-minute jump is just to get moving a little bit. It's not to go fast, it's not to do anything crazy, it's just to get moving. You see, I'm going at a nice easy pace. All right, we got about 1.5 minutes left. Oh, never mind, sorry, we've done 1.5 minutes. We got about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, my bad. For these longer sessions, there's a couple tips or recommendations that I would give you. Now, these are just my recommendations. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Just some things that have worked for me. Try to stay away if you can from doing the basic balance the entire time, because you'll be using both of your feet equally. So for me, I tend to get tired more quickly. But see, I'm shifting my weight back and forth using the boxer step or the boxer skip. So what that's doing is it's allowing one of my feet to rest for just like a half a second, while the other foot takes most of the weight on my body. So just that little half-second rest over and over again is enough to make a difference over the course of a 5-minute jump. So another technique that I'll use, or that a lot of people will use, aside from the boxer step, is kicking your feet out like this, or doing what's called the heel toe, but that's one name for it, or just kicking out like this. And just doing a mixture of two. And so you don't just have to do the conventional boxer step like what I'm doing right here. You can do two. You can do switch and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do that. You can do a boxer skip and heel toe together, so you can do like that, like that. There you go. I messed up that first one. So the possibilities are endless, right? Now we got about 30 seconds left. Make sure you're breathing right. Try to breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. At least that's what works for me. And I think my timer might have timed out. There were about 20 seconds left. I'm just going to go a little bit further. That should be enough. Let me see what my time is. 5 minutes, 26 seconds. I'm gonna have to redo the screen on that timer, right? Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm feeling warm. I got like 5 minutes straight of jumping in. I'm feeling good. So now I'm gonna do some push-ups, and I'm gonna do the ab carver. So I got 2 special pieces of equipment that I use, but if you don't have these pieces of equipment, it's completely fine. You can just do regular push-ups, and if you don't have an ab carver, you can do flutter kicks. And I'll demonstrate how to do flutter kicks if you don't know how to do them. So I'll start off with push-ups. I use the Perfect push-up machine, or apparatus here. I've been using this for probably like 4 years, 5 years, on and off. It's a good cheap piece of equipment that you can easily move from one place to the other. Since 2016, since I got them, I've lived in like 4 or 5 different houses since then, and these are real easy to just put in a suitcase and take with you. So I'm gonna do 20 perfect push-ups. And like I said, if you don't have this, just do 20 regular push-ups. Ready? Go. When you use this machine, or not machine, it's like more like an apparatus, I guess. This device you pull out like this. It's kind of like doing a ring turnout. Yeah, it helps when you turn out like this. All right, now an ab carver. So if you don't know what a flutter kick is, which is fine. If you don't have an ab carver, flutter kick looks like this. You should be feeling it right here. So just do flutter kicks until I'm done with 10 ab carvers. Now, freestyle. So a rope like this, most of you probably know this, but there might be some people who don't, so I'll explain. A rope like this, at least for me, it's going to be easier to maneuver it faster because of the long handles, because it gives you more maneuverabilities like that, and because of the thinner cord, the thinner PVC cord, right? So most ropes that you see are shorter handle and they have a 5mm PVC cord. You can still do some tricks with those, but these ropes right here, these long handle ropes, are designed for tricks and stuff like that, okay? And so what I'll do is I'm gonna do 4 minutes of just whatever I want to do, so freestyle. So the thing about freestyle is so much fun that you forget about your time. And it makes it so that the workouts are fun and they're fast. All right. So actually I'm going to do 5 minutes. And then the timer is just going to run out, but it's all good. So 5 minutes. Ready? Let's do it. still working on that. I can normally get it. It's just so, it can be pretty difficult to get the release over and over again. But yeah, go into that. It's all about having fun, so if you like mess up, it's not a big deal. That's the only way you learn. Let me try that again. Oh, almost done. 3 seconds. And that's it. So that's an example of just some freestyle moves that are they're not hard to learn. It's just, there's some people watching who probably know how to do all that stuff and probably more. So I might be telling you something you already know. But for people who want to learn that kind of stuff who don't know it, it just takes a little bit of time, that's all. It's not impossible. All right. Now I'm gonna go back to the push-ups and the ab carver. See, that sequence in the beginning, I was going fast, and at least that's fast for me. And I got a really good cardio session out of that. Remember, your workouts they're individual. So the speed that I go at is the speed that's pushing it for me, where I'm getting slightly uncomfortable. But the speed I'm going, it might be too slow for you, so you might want to go faster than me. And that's fine. Or you might be faster than what you normally do, and you might want to go slower than me. That's fine too. It's completely individual. I think the most important thing is just to make it challenging for you. All I'm here to do is just provide some guidance if you want to take it. All right, I'm gonna do 20 push-ups. Remember, just do regular push-ups without it if you don't have the machine. And if you need to go to your knees to do push-ups, that's completely fine. A knee push-up looks kind of like this. Like that. You're down on your knees rather than up in the plank position. All right, I'm doing 20. Ab carver. And remember, if you don't have an ab carver, just do flutter kicks or whatever abdominal core exercise you want to do. Black Dice, what's up? I was seeing if anyone has any questions. This one, it's time for some double unders. You can see this rope here has some good spin. You can't really see the spin, you can hear it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 100 double unders, but I'm going to do it broken down. So I'm not going to do 100 double unders in a row. Now, double unders are a hard skill to learn for basically anybody. I think it took me a good 2 to 3 weeks to learn how to do double unders, and that's probably a conservative estimate. It might have been a little bit longer than that. It takes a lot of coordination and cardiovascular ability. But once you can get them, it's a very useful exercise to keep in your back pocket. What I like to call double unders is jump rope's version of sprinting. So running, you have running and then you have sprinting. Double unders are like sprinting. You might not be able to do a lot of them, but if you can do some, they're going to give you that high intensity interval training benefit. All right, so I'm going to knock out 100 double unders. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 25, 4 sets of 25, and I'm just going to take a little bit of a rest between each. I'm going to keep jumping, probably like a 10 to 15 second rest between each. All right, let's do it. All right, we got our first 25 coming in 3, 2, 1. In 3, 2, 1. All right, that's 2, 3, 2, 1, go. Last one. 3, 2, 1, go. So it's real important when you're done, you just keep moving a little bit. Okay. After that, you should feel pretty. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You should feel very tired at the end of it. I mean, if you're I feel tired. I'll admit that to you. After doing double unders, if you feel tired, that's kind of what you're going for. It's something where it's like a sprint, like I was saying. And so if you're feeling like you're not tired at the end of it, then maybe try to rotate the rope faster. That's the only thing that I can really recommend. Because most people I know are going to feel pretty tired at the end of doing double unders, unless you're like Matt Frazier or Rich Froning or some super athlete like that. All right, we're back at the top. I'm going to do another 5-minute jump with the rhythm rope, kind of a calm, easy, endurance type jump where I'm not going very fast, but I'm focusing on not making mistakes. It's okay if you do make a mistake, but I'm focused on not making mistakes so that I can make it all the way through. And keep that continuous movement for 5 minutes. All right, let's do it. 5 minutes with the rhythm rope. Remember, there's not going to be any real tricks with this. It's just going to be jumping. Just like this. Nice and easy. If this is difficult for you, that's okay. Don't feel like you should be ashamed of yourself because you're not able to make it all the way through. That's nonsense. Taking it nice and easy. Just go at a recovery, slower kind of pace than you normally do. All right, I think it's been 5 minutes, so I'm gonna stop. Yep. It's been 5 minutes. See, so what I've noticed is when you do a longer longer jump, for me, I consider longer jumps, and this is just me again, with my own theories, so take it or leave it. You don't have to believe me, but I'd say that a longer jump for me is anything more than like 3 minutes, or anything more than 3 minutes, so 4 minutes and above. And so if you can do those longer jumps, I think that you're gonna have, in the long term, you're gonna have more stamina, you're gonna have more cardio, but also you're gonna have more skills that come with jump rope. So you're gonna have better timing, better coordination, better agility, because you're skipping for that amount of time, you're not taking any rest. So that habit, that neurological pathway is being built and then rebuilt over and over again. That's just my theory. I think it's worked for me, and I think it can work for you as well. Oh man, here we go. All right, you got 20 push-ups, so that's what we're gonna do. Remember, if you're just joining, if you don't have the perfect push-up, no problem, just do regular push-ups. And then if you have to go to your knees to do push-ups, do that too, completely fine. At least you're out here doing something, getting after it, and taking time to get yourself in good physical condition. All right, so I got 20. I think did it? No. Good. Thought my Fitbit might have paused on me. Yeah. The mat right here, there is a link in my video descriptions. It's the Elite SRS mat. But if you don't want to use, so I have an affiliate link in there, full disclosure, because people have been trying to say that I have conflict of interest because I'm promoting products that I'm affiliated with, even though I'm only promoting them because I use them. So, but just full disclosure, I have an affiliate link for this mat in the video descriptions. There's 2 mats in there. There's the Versatex one, which I use sometimes, but this is the Elite SRS Pro Freestyle mat. It is a little expensive. I think it's like $59, but I've been getting really good results from it. There are cheaper mats out there. I don't know if they work. I haven't used them, but I do use this one, and for me, it does work. And so everyone's opinion is going to be different, I think, but this mat, I think, works really well. But if you don't want to buy it, or you want to just go to the Buy Jump Ropes website, just go to the Buy Jump Ropes website and get it. They're a great company. You can get it from them too. But I got mine from Amazon. All right, we did that. I think I forgot to do the ab carver, but I am feeling like I want to do some more freestyle jumping. So I'm going to do that now for 5 minutes. Back to the freestyle. Let's do it. Yeah, that one I can normally get. Might have to come back to that one. Shoot. There we go. Sometimes you get these tricks, sometimes you don't, you know. But just gotta keep going. I'm gonna try a few more times. Yeah, almost got it. I was making it more complicated than what it really was. Yeah, making it more complicated, man. That's 5. Okay, so you saw me mess up on a bunch of those. I think it's called a caboose. If you try to do new things and you don't make it, that's completely fine. The freestyle sessions are all about just challenging yourself. Some moves are easier for some people than others. So, but the main thing is to challenge yourself and not really worry about making mistakes. And it's okay to get frustrated for a second, be like, I missed it. But the main thing is just to keep going. All right, so I'm gonna start skipping the upper body stuff. I'm gonna be going into the jump rope a little bit more because I'm at 382 calories. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of like a burn. So I'm gonna try to do 100 double unders in a row, maybe a little bit more. So what I want you to do, if you're having trouble, if you can't do 100 double unders in a row, or you can't do any double unders, just try to keep pace. And then once you can't do double unders anymore, just do single unders and try to do them as fast as you can while I'm doing the double unders, okay? So I'm gonna try to do 100 with no breaks. I'm gonna check in my drawstrings so that they don't fly up and hit me. And I'm just gonna get after it. If I don't make it to 100, wherever I stop at, I'm gonna pick it right back up in there. So if I get stuck at 60, I'm gonna stop and then do 40. All right, let's do it. With double unders, I don't really ever like to go right into them. I just like to warm up a little bit. All right, let's do it. Time to do it. Ready, and go. it down. All right, that was good. I think I did somewhere around like 125 maybe. I don't know. I know it was over 100, which is good. What I found with double unders. All right. So I'm at 411 calories. So I'm gonna stop. 411 calories in 44 minutes. So that's not bad. Considering I did a lot of talking and a lot of weight training as well. Or not weight training, but calisthenics. That's pretty good, I think. So, what I was saying is, with double unders, what I'm finding is that to do more of them, you want to jump higher and rotate your wrists a little bit more slowly. That's when I watched professionals do it. I saw this one lady, I can't remember her name, but she did 10 minutes straight of double unders. And so I don't know how many that is, but that's a lot. And she was jumping really high. She still was straight. She wasn't kicking up or kicking out. She was still jumping straight up, but she was jumping a lot higher than I would have thought. And she was rotating her wrists a little bit more slow. So if you go back in this video and you see the 200 double unders or so that I did, you'll see two different styles really. For the 4 sets of 25, I was not jumping as high and I was rotating my wrists faster. But for that 100 or so that I just did in a row, I was jumping higher and my wrists were not rotating as fast. So if you're looking to do, and maybe you already know this, maybe you can already do 400 or 500 double unders in a row. So if you can, and you do it your own way, go for it. But if you want to get to that level of being able to knock out over 100 in a row, my recommendation is to jump a little bit higher and rotate, and don't spend as much energy rotating your wrists. But double unders are all about finding the optimal balance between how fast you're rotating your wrists and therefore how fast you're rotating the rope and how high you're jumping. The faster you rotate the rope, the lower your jump will be. The slower you rotate the rope, the higher you need to jump. So just keep that in mind. Keep that formula, or that calculation, I guess, that formula in your mind when you try to do double unders. If you want to do them quick, you're probably going to run out of energy more quickly. If you want to go for longer, you need to jump a little bit higher. That's what I would say. So I'll go ahead and answer some of the questions here that we have. Yeah, there's not too many, which is just fine. Yeah, Muay Thai. Muay Thai, yeah, like I was saying, Elite SRS Pro mat, you can get it on Amazon, and you can also, you can check any of the links. I think I have a link in the descriptions on all my videos where you can get it. But on Amazon, look for Elite SRS Pro mat, or you can go to buyjumpropes.net and get it. I'm not an affiliate of Buy Jump Ropes. This Elite SRS Pro Freestyle is a Buy Jump Ropes jump rope. I got it way back in the day. I think they're a good company. I mean, this rope is one of my favorites. I recommend it to people. I've had a lot of success with this rope. It's very simple, but it's it does the job, and I really enjoy it. I don't know who else had any questions or comments, but I'll look here. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Muay Thai. Yeah, I'll give some advice if you'd like to take it. I've been jumping since 2018 about. I started, I think, in May of 2018, so it's been almost 3 years. And I think, I don't know, there's like a lot of stuff that goes into it before you even start jumping. I think that I was an athletic kid, so I played a lot of sports, and I always was pretty naturally coordinated, so I think that helped. And I've been in the military for almost 13 years now, and so there was a time in college where I wasn't very active, but for most of my life, other than when I was in college, I was pretty active, so I think that helped out a lot. But as far as just learning the skills, I think that my advice is probably just to take it slowly and start with the basics. If you have the foundations down, like the basic bounce, the alternate footstep, boxer skip, I think the heel toe can be considered a basic move as well, even though that's a little bit more on the advanced side of the basics. If you can get those down, and you can get the side swing down, you can just do this. If you can do stuff like that, you want to focus on doing stuff like that first. That's the foundation of jump rope. And then after that, I got into doing double unders. So I started doing double unders. And it took me a little bit of time, but I started with a 5mm PVC rope, I believe, that I had from a long time ago. And then I started getting into double under ropes, and it just progressed from there. Going on to YouTube, finding channels that have tutorials for different moves. And so, I mean, if you want to learn more complicated moves after that, just check out some tutorials on YouTube. There's a bunch of good people. I know Nate KG has some great tutorials. Who else? Jump rope champion Brandon Harrison. He competitive rope jumper. He's got a ton of good tutorials on YouTube. There's a bunch out there, and they run the gamut from the basics all the way up to advanced. I'd say that I tried to learn a lot of stuff that Buddy Lee did. Buddy Lee is a great one. He does a lot of really crazy, fast stuff. And so you can learn the stuff. It just takes a little bit of time. You just got to practice. That's all. And just take it slow and have fun with it. That's what I would say. Looks like I think I answered all the questions. The Buddy Lee stuff, I don't know. I think that the first time that I did some Buddy Lee type stuff, and I'm nowhere near it. I don't think I'm anywhere near as fast as Buddy Lee is. But I think that started after I've been jumping for probably like 1.5 years. With Buddy Lee's type of moves, the main move that you have to know to jump like Buddy Lee is you have to know the side swing. So you have to know this. You have to know this. That's Buddy Lee's main move. That's the move that he uses to transition to other moves, and he uses that move. He uses variations and combinations of that move in it to make it look so impressive. And what he's doing is fantastic. But what Buddy Lee is doing is he's doing a series of once you get them, they seem easy, but he's doing a lot of variations of the side swing. So you'll see him doing different things, like this, and he even has a video where he goes, this can be this. Like that. And he does it a lot better than that, but you see all I was doing was just a bunch of this. And that turns into, and I messed up there, but that turns into, see, so it just learning to move to the point where you can do it really fast. And I think that should be what I have. Yeah. All right. So I think that's all I got for today. It's starting to get late. It is a lot of fun to do it. And when you're going fast, it's really easy to mess up like I did. But you just gotta keep drilling it and you'll be good to go. All right. That's all I got for today. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you want and press that thumbs up button. And I'll see you for the next video. I got a podcast episode coming out tomorrow featuring a pretty cool guest. He's pretty well known in the jump rope space. And so definitely check that out. It'll be out tomorrow. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good one.